Hey all, it's Nim, or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today, we're going to be talking about overcoming tankxiety in small group content. What does that mean? Dungeons. We're going to run a dungeon. I'm going to show you some footage from an expert level dungeon. That way, you know that at the end, this is where you're going to end up. This is as hard as it gets in small groups. You can do it. I believe in you if you keep in mind the 4 things I went over in the first video. If you haven't seen that first video on overcoming tankxiety, it's down below in the description. I have it linked. Watch that first, or if you're already fairly confident and you just want to see some runs where, who knows, maybe I even might make a mistake. It's been known to happen. I'm not a perfect tank. Then you can continue to watch. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, so here we are. We are in an expert level dungeon. You may ask, Nim, why are we starting off with an expert level dungeon? Well, the answer is because you will always end up here. You'll end up at an expert level dungeon. Once you finish the main story quest, once you finish once you unlock everything, you'll end up at an expert level dungeon. So I figured, let's start with the hardest possible content you're going to do as a small group. And that is expert. So, now that we've established that, and I've laboriously stated it, what are we doing here? So, I know that at some point, I could have failure. Alright, first thing has been achieved. Alright, what are we doing next? Well, I'm knowing what my abilities are. Simple. I picked these guys up, as you saw. We're about to go charge. Boom. Pick another one up. Let's drop Circle of Scorn. I've got them all. They're mine. Let's pop Fight or Flight and Rampart. We're also going to use Arm's Length. So, what did I do there? I popped Fight or Flight for increased damage. I used Arm's Length for a slow on them, so they do less damage. Rampart as a damage reduction. And now Holy Sheltron as an also damage reduction with a cure component. We'll use Reprisal for damage reduction, and there it is. I moved out of the orange for positionals. And notice how I'm keeping my feet planted. I'm not dancing with these guys. The reason I'm not dancing with these guys is because I don't have any melee DPS with me, but if I did, it's a good habit to be in. You can see I'm using Holy Circle, and now we're going into the Confiteor combo. Again, knowing my abilities, knowing my positionals, and correctly assessing the situation. The situation calls for a couple of things, and I'm doing those things. It's easy. It's literally that easy. The only thing there, you have a couple little more aggressive people pulling for me, but that's okay. I charge and I can pull off. Not a big deal. Then we just go run. We do a big pull. My healer already knows that I'm going to be doing a couple of pack pulls, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's continue. So as we see here, we're gonna head to the next fight. Here we kill all these guys. We'll pop Divine Veil, and there of course is Fight or Flight. And let's use our little AOE rotation. Boom. And into Prominence. We'll pop that. Circle Scorn. Yeah, simple. And let's low blow, just to see if we can't stun anything. Simple enough, right? Because by stunning things, I don't have to worry about damage from that for approximately 6 seconds. And that makes it easier on the healer. Remember, you gotta use your abilities in tandem with the healer. And if there's a problem with the fact that my health is starting to drop, means our DPS might be a little low. And there's nothing wrong with that. We just have to have a little bit more, a little bit extra stuff. So there we go. We'll just kick that. And simple. Simple, simple, simple. Oh, I got some materia. Nice. Let's pop that off. And I'm saving my requisite magic combo for the boss, which should be coming up here shortly. All right, let's do it. And we just use Holy Spirit because it's a single target. I'm going to spin the boss away because I don't know if the boss cleaves. Watch out for boss abilities because remember, just as you have abilities, so do the bosses. And you want to make sure that you don't get hit. Right there in that black area underneath, if you stand in there, that means you're getting hurt. You're getting a Vuln stack. And let's see if we can do this without getting a Vuln stack. Okay, so watch this. Simple enough. They're going to fire off. And we did it. All right, so far we were able to do it. That doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. But it does mean that at least this group is showing that not only am I doing my thing here, but they are as well. Now this, I think No Future is the big mechanic. Yep, this is the big mechanic. All right, now a dead player does no damage. Oh, there it is. Got one Vuln stack. Silly me, right? Look at that. So, it's better to... Look, one Vuln stack isn't going to kill me, and I've got a minute for it to fall off. But, I should try to avoid that as best possible. He's going to fire that way. We're just going to stand... Oh, here we go. This is the rotating circle thing. Simple enough. Let's just pop that off. And we just try to follow it so we don't catch any more Vuln stacks. And I've got 30 seconds left. I don't know if the boss will live that long. Probably. Whoa. Ah! Got a second one. Yeah, I got clipped. And it's very easy. This is the problem with experts. When I had said, remember in the first video, I had mentioned we want to do avoidable mechanic. We want to avoid taking avoidable damage, right? Simple enough. Well, how do we do that? We usually stand out of the orange. And I said that there would be greater consequences. Pop 2 things there. Yeah, there you go. That's fine. You're good. Don't worry about me. We're good. I just had to face that away from the raid. Or the dungeon group. Not a big deal. Just want to face it away. And now we have the no future again. So this time, we're going to try not to get hit by something. As you can see. So that's gonna, those 2 are going to detonate. And then we move over here. Simple enough. And we move over here. That's going to detonate. Please go away. That's fine. I would much rather not have to... I would much rather have a stack overlap than a vuln stack. And now my vulnerability's gone. So my 2 failures are whoosh into the aether, right? Not a big deal. Nobody needs to know about those vulnerabilities, right? Just between you, me, and everybody who sees this on YouTube. They're like, Nim, but you failed. Like, no, I didn't. Quiet. I didn't fail at all. This also highlights the first point. Even the best tanks will sometimes make mistakes. Sometimes. It's fine. Right here. This is a record of me not succeeding at something. So what do we do about that? Well, I guess I rolled... I pass. I guess I rolled pass on the last bracelet of casting. Because I can't do anything. And now we head to our next instance, our next little boss area thing. Should be a lot of fun. And we'll finish the dungeon. We'll finish the dungeon. But the reason, again, guys, remember, this is as hard as it gets in dungeons. There might be, once you know the mechanics, it's simple. What did I do there, really, in that last fight? For all the craziness, what did I do? I ran in a circle, avoiding fire, sometimes successfully, and hit the boss. That's it. And the boss, instead of focusing on frozen turkey or fell, they were like, hey, what if I hit you? And then it did. The end. And we killed the boss. And then I got a piece of loot, and we moved on. Hey, cool, nice. Let's do Requisite, Holy Spirit, and I'm gonna pop Sentinel or Holy Circle because I am, and we'll do Veil. Why not? Because I did kind of a big pull, and that was a bit of an awkward pull. Let's pop that out. We'll use our Confiteor combo. Love a Confiteor combo. Circle Scorn. Now, keep in mind, when I say knowing your abilities, certain abilities will break combos and certain abilities won't. Generally, off GCD abilities will not break combos. That's generally, keep that in mind, that may change depending on when you watch this video and the current state of the game. But for me, personally, like, Atonement will break a combo. But Circle of Scorn won't. Neither will Expassion, formerly Spirits Within. Alright, what do we got here? Let's pull them out. Bring them out, bring them out! Alright, they're all mine. Let's run. Simple enough. And it's a little, this run's going a little slower than I'd like, but that's probably also due to the fact that I am currently narrating the run for instructional purposes. Let's do Holy Spirit, we'll pop Rampart, I'm sorry, that's Holy Circle. And the reason I click those specifically is because I want to know that I mean it. We use a little bit of OGCD, and Confiteor combo. Expassion. And Blade of Valor. I think it's Blade of Valor, not Blade of Truth. Either way. Okay, so I hit the wrong button, but I'm going to go through the combo because it doesn't really matter. These things are dead. Pop, there's our Holy Sheltron. And let's see if I can... Okay, stunned one. You know what? Get stunned again. There you go. both of those things were stunned, and when they're stunned, that means they do no DPS. When they do no DPS, the healer can heal me, or I'm sorry, the healer can do damage, or it can heal me if we need to be healed, because sometimes you never know. Sometimes you need that. Agreed on that. And last ring of healing as well. Okay. Oh, here we go. I think, do we have anybody who hasn't done this yet? We might. No? Okay. So again, we've seen failure. We've known our abilities. We've worked with positionals, and we've correctly assessed situations. We haven't had a full party wipe, which is good. But let's see what happens. So I'm going to start with Holy Spirit, and boom. Okay. Now, the reason I start with Holy Spirit is nice attack to start with, especially when it's single target. I can just taunt and take it off them if I really need to. All right, Warm Glow. I'm going to watch out for that. Confiteor. Let's just do that. It's going to be... So that red arrow is a tank buster. You got to watch out for that. You try to... I don't know if it cleaves, so I try to drag it away from the raid. If you get 2 circles in there, that means it's a double tank buster, and we won't see that until raids. But boy, can it be fun. It can certainly be fun. Okay, so Prance. It's going to be over here. Made it! Yes! No Vuln stack. That's the idea. So, I saved Sprint because I knew that was going to happen. And you have to be responsible for your own thing. And looks like we had a party member go down. That's okay. We'll be fine. Okay, now we got to watch out for the Golden Glow, and this is where there will be butterflies. So we avoid that, so we don't get the Vuln stack. And then we turn our backs to the butterfly. And I did not get a Vuln stack. Oh, here we go. And if I wanted to, I could do Passage, but I don't think it's needed at the moment. The extra DPS is more helpful. Spaxion. Got that, and we got Loving Embrace. And now let's hit that Confiteor combo again. Oh, that sucks. I just got hit. Like it's one of those things. I swear a little bit more in this particular video than I normally do, but such is life. Now are we gonna have a pool party wipe? I don't think so. I think we're gonna be fine. I've still got some cooldowns. I've still got some things. Now he's gonna prance around. Then the best part about this is we know that's the first one. Second. Third, fourth, and we made it. I didn't even have to sprint. I just threw proper positioning and understanding stuff, and we spread very well. Look at that, positionals. We're not dancing with the boss, and I've got 20 seconds left on that Vuln stack, and then it's over. And then I don't have to worry about that mark of failure. He's gonna hang out there. This is gonna give us a little bit extra fun. Let's throw a dot on him. Pop our defensives, just in case. I'm just going to stack with you guys, just because I know that means I don't have to worry about it. I sacrificed a little bit of DPS, yes. You are correct, if you were watching that. But I didn't get a Vuln stack. And not getting a Vuln stack makes it way easier for me to soak. And it makes my healer have to do less. So they can focus on glaring, or ruining, or whatever Astrologian does. I know White Mage does glare. And then Raha's going down. I could be a little bit better with the OG CDs. Just hang out there. Stay away from the front of the boss. If I can, just oh, and looks like we're dropping our LB2. Thank you. Friendos. We'll pop that, and I'll pop 2. I'll just do 2 of those. Just keep it easy on the healer. And it's going down. Simple enough. Easy, peasy, squeezy. So yeah, see, look at this. Look at this. We just, I failed a couple of times, and by fail, I mean I didn't execute the mechanic perfectly. That's the standard. Execute the mechanic perfectly, or don't. And we're done. There it is. I've just maxed out my Allegan Tombstones. I've just maxed out everything. We've got that. Let's commend our healer. There it is. There you go, heals. We'll commend our healer. Let's grab some loot. Last earring of aiming. Greed. Perfect. And we're done. So I'm going to get out of here. And we'll go wrap up the video. And there we have it. That was a fairly successful dungeon run. Yes, I failed a couple of times. I got a couple of Vuln stacks. And remember, we don't measure failure as in I died. We measure failure as in I missed a mechanic. And I made it harder for the group. But, as you can see, even with the failure, I played as well as I could. I dodged it, fallen stacks fell off, and we got through it without too much trouble. It was great. I was able to help out some FC mates and one random healer who gave me the commendation. Thank you, random healer. You were awesome. I appreciate the commendation. Sadly, the FC mates can't, if you queue as a group, you can't commend each other. Otherwise, I guess people would farm that, and I don't know. I guess you'd feel too good. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The important thing is I knew that I was going to fail at some point and was able to demonstrate that successfully. So I guess task manager me. Task failed successfully. I knew my abilities and the boss abilities. I knew positionals. I didn't have to worry about that so much because I didn't have melee DPS, but I tried to get out of the death, out of the pain, out of the orange circle of shame, or orange line of shame, or red circle of shame, or green wind circle of shame. A lot of circles of shame in this. I have a circle of scorn, now we have circles of shame. And we assessed the situation correctly. It was fine. Heals did healing things, tank, me, did tanking things, and DPS were like, hey, let's go murder that thing. And then they did. It was a fantastic time. So, after watching this video, keep in mind, that was the hardest dungeons that you're going to do. Everything else below that, yeah, you'll have a few less abilities, but you'll also have to deal with less. You can do it. The next video is going to be on raids, and we're going to get into that soon enough. That's when you go in with 8 or 24 people. Might do 2 videos on that. That way we can do an 8 version and a 24-person version. And once you get to do raids, congratulations. You've done everything in the game as a tank. The only thing that changes is the dance you have to do. And then you get the stuff. You get the loot. You get to max out your tombstones. And then you get to go buy gear and have fun and be awesome. It's wonderful. Now, this video was a lot of fun to make. If you guys like this type of content or you like me in general, go on and subscribe to YouTube and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything the channel does. I've been told I should push this more often. I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with Fridays and Sundays being Final Fantasy XIV nights, and Saturday a wild card stream. We open up the Discord. There's a link to it down below if you want to chat. And we talk, and we have fun, and we play things. This past Saturday, we did Resident Evil Village, and I had the most viewers I've ever had at one time. It was crazy. We had like 146 people in the stream at one point, which was fantastic. Also, big shout-outs to Dub.S. Jared, Mr. Zombie, and No Word Count for being in the stream for that particular event. If you'd like to talk to me on social media for some reason, you can. You can follow me at Twitter. I'm sorry, at Nimicry on Twitter. That's fun. And then, for those who want to go truly above and beyond the Call of Duty, for those who want to be the warriors of light that I know you are, there is Patreon. Patreon is the best way to support the channel, as it is platform agnostic, and you can support for as little as $1 a month. One of the benefits, in addition to a monthly Q&A, is the fact that patrons get access to all videos early, as well as input on videos. So that's something you're interested in, and you want to be a warrior of light, go on and do that at patreon.com/Nimicry. This video was a lot of fun to record, and I can't wait to make the next one. May the mount you're farming drop on the first kill.